Oh, bloody hell. Football, eh? Except not uh, it's not the outcomes that favour United anymore. It's the pain that we have to inject into our veins and try and find sources of copium to wake up and realise every morning Manchester United Football Club are a complete mess. There's no mistaking it. Complete and utter mess. And for something that has been constantly a thorn in our side all season, has come back yet again to haunt us. And what is that? What is that? Inconsistency? Yeah, a little bit of that. Indiscipline? Yeah, a whole load of that. Very much disappointed with that because I felt we did enough to win the game. We did do enough to win the game. Here's the thing. The game didn't finish in 90 minutes. Got added time as well. Added time to stay switched on, to stay alert to danger, to look out for every threat that's on that pitch. And what did we not do? What did we not do? We got sleazy at the back. Really, really sleazy. And it's indiscipline. I'd say probably in perhaps a lack of direction on the pitch. Not enough leadership on the pitch to communicate with the players and to calm things down, to settle things down. Because, listen, the penalty, Dalot, who's played all game, has been running up and down the fullback position all game, gets the wrong side of the player. And at that point, if you're beaten as a fullback, when you're in that box, the last thing you ever do is go to challenge the player from behind. Don't follow the player on his heels. You just don't do that because any contact that player's going down, anytime a referee sees that there's a defender chasing the player hot on his heels, most of the time the referee's gonna go, yeah, I think that's a penalty. And it was a close decision. It was a close decision. I'll give the benefit of the doubt. It was a close decision. I think it's just a bit sloppy, to be honest. I think where Dalot finds himself in a compromised position, he's got to show maturity and say, look, I've been beaten here. I've got to let him go. I mean, don't challenge him. Don't put your hands on him. Do not make contact. Don't be sloppy. You're sloppy. We gave a penalty away. Question marks as to whether it is, a penalty or not, because, it's being subjective feat. You'll see some decisions that are much more stonewall not get given, and you get decisions that you're not too sure about at that point get given. And at this point, you might as well just consider every single tussle in the box as a penalty-worthy challenge at this point. But, facts are facts. From Dalot's perspective, that was a really compromised position, and as a defender, you shouldn't be engaging in that position. So he should have let him go in those regards. Cole Palmer, his first penalty conceded by Anthony, I thought, again, player essentially wrong side and is trying to tackle from the long way around, which to me is never going to end well. It's never going to end well. You cannot go the long side, the long way around a player in the box as a defender and try and win the ball through the player. It's never going to end well. Again, maturity. Where are you putting yourself as a defender? Are you showing him inside, closer to the goal? Why are you doing that? Always show him to the outside. End of story. And that's That's just the way it's the cookies crumbled. And I do have to sing praises for United, namely, Garnacho and in various aspects Anthony as well in his attacking contributions. I think the work that was put in to when we were 2-0 down is looking really, 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 really sloppy. Really, really sloppy. Second best to everything. We look beaten. In 20 minutes we looked beaten. And then I think the door opened slightly, and credit to the players, they caught wind of that. They caught wind of that and they pushed. They pushed to find a goal to get us back into the game. Credit to Garnacho being alert to complacency from Chelsea. 2-0 is a dangerous scoreline and all. Caicedo plays a really, really bad pass. Garnacho gets onto it, and in a 1v1 situation where usually Garnacho doesn't do well in one-on-ones for some reason, I don't know why, he just doesn't. But this time around, he did well. He took his chance and finished it. It's 2-1. Comeback's is not completed. You got another 2 goals in order to win the game. And we just kept the pressure on. The game at that point started to get really, really open. Really, really open. And it was pretty much turning into anyone's game at that point, but I thought Chelsea were really wasteful with their chances. Bit unlucky with the ricochet off the post from Conor Gallagher. But United, we took notion of that and got ourselves back into the game. A good breakaway. I think it was Anthony sells Jackson with a piece of skill, switches over, plays it to the far side. Got Garnacho on the left-hand side, waits for the support from Dalot to come, plays it back to him. Dalot picks out the pass, switches onto his right foot, plays it far post, and Rasmus Højlund and Bruno Fernandes both waiting far post unmarked. Bruno Fernandes heads it in, and that's immediately 2-2. So we've swayed the game back into our favour. Now, getting at half-time, the game's level, and you're thinking, right, now it's about how well you're going to manage this game. The second half starts, there is no control. Literally, the game second half picked up where the first half ended. Exactly the same. Literally open, end to end. Both teams bypassing the midfield and just attacking straight to the defence. So, yeah, really, really end to end. And it was way too open. And I think for both teams' sake at that point, it was too open for the betterment of our teams. But it's entertaining, not for us. Not for us by any means. But then where Chelsea can be wasteful, think of it like this, that one man's trash can be another man's treasure. That when you get a wasteful ball, like what Conor Gallagher played, goes out for a throw-in, our third goal comes from that throw-in. So it literally, again, a long ball bypassing most of the midfield, ball comes to Rashford, plays it into Anthony. Anthony, credit where credit is due, that the technique for his assist there was unbelievable. On the outside of his left foot, curls it right over into the centre where Garnacho is running onto it, and Garnacho, using a bit of neat ability to just be quite subtle with the finish. Just caresses it with the head, directs it. Doesn't need to be overzealous with it. Doesn't need to try anything wacky or crazy or special. Just simplicity. Keep the shine on the assist. And 3-2, we're feeling good. By that point, I'm thinking, well, that Chelsea team is really susceptible on the counter-attack. What do you think you do? Upkeep the momentum. But what happened when we got the lead is you start to sit back more and more and more and more. Chelsea will take that any day of the week. Chelsea will take that. And to be fair, it was not looking like it was going to be Chelsea's day until 90 minutes happens. And then when you'd imagine at the very end of the game, you should expect all of those players straight away, they're switched on. It's now or never, guys. Everything you do in this 8 added minutes, I don't know where 8 additional minutes came from, but they decided it was 8. You've got to be switched on for 8 minutes. United went home. They went home. They left. They checked out of Stamford Bridge a couple of minutes into added time. Discipline was lost. Focus, composure. Tired minds crept in. Then the penalty happens. And then, you know, a penalty. No, some people are saying, "Oh, we're robbed. We're robbed." You know, that's not a penalty. It's like, I don't really care, to be honest. Dalot in a really compromised position should not be engaging. And the fact is Dalot knew that he was too clumsy there. He knew it because he looked defeated. He wasn't outraged. He wasn't pissed. He wasn't anything. He looked defeated. Absolute shame was written all over his face. Tells you what you need to know. What do you think happens when you concede your third goal, level, in additional time? You're a matter of a minute or two away from final whistle. As the away team, what do you think you do? You manage the game. You shut up shop. Shut it down. Kill the game. That is the settlement. You do the gentleman's agreement, shake hands and leave it at that. What does Dalot do? Takes the ball, starts darting forward with it because he feels like he's got to rectify a mistake. He ends up ultimately costing with that mistake of running forward. Leaves us open to the counter attack because we can't keep the ball because we're not a possession-based team. And the counter attack leads to a corner. And you think, okay, well, set piece, we're lucky. We're really, really lucky. Time to switch on, guys. They play a short pass to not Conor Gallagher. They play a short pass to Cole Palmer. By the way, Cole Palmer, who's got 2 goals at that point, both from the penalty spot, but still 2 goals are 2 goals. By that point, he's looking for the killer. The ball's down our end of the pitch. He's looking for the killer. Not one person reacted to it. Cole Palmer can walk over to receive that pass. There's no response from the United team. There's no response. They've all checked out mentally. They've all gone home. So they allow for Cole Palmer the space, the time. He thinks, well, there's an opening here, so I'm going to rifle it in and hit it with pace. By that point, it's just a lottery. It is a lottery. But they cashed in on the luck. There's not much else you can say. They cashed in on the luck. It was a lucky goal. But you make your own luck. If Cole Palmer doesn't take that shot, that goal probably doesn't happen. But that's in the moment. But where the danger came from, we saw it, we did nothing about it. And that's just indiscipline. So, yeah, absolute. It's absolutely crazy. We'll read through some of the comments here. Big ups to Long Haired Yeti. Big up Fuzzy, thanks for jumping on. That was a mad one at the end. It absolutely was. But yeah, thank you for the extended invitation. And accompanying me for Absolute Heartbreak Central. And for everybody watching who isn't already subscribed, please do also make your way over to Long-Haired Yeti and subscribe to this guy's channel. Does a huge amount of watch along content, and seriously, it's all good stuff. Do be sure to go over and show him some love and support there, because he's a workhorse when it comes to these watch alongs. Literally, we'll spend the entire weekend from the first game on a Saturday or a Friday night. He's practically live all the way through until the end of Sunday or Monday Night Football. He's practically there for all of it. So, he's can't fault the work rate. Cannot fault the work rate. Yes, to Anti Herbert as well. Big up Fuzzy Bumfluff. United need a good clear out of these players, but player got me good points in fantasy football. Yeah, I mean, some individuals, lived up to things, and others fell flat. Yeah, can't necessarily disagree with that. Yeah, great to see you in the cave again, Fuzzy. Big ups to you, Si. Thank you very much for tuning in. Palmer, Palmer's undeniable. Literally, for me, he carried Chelsea that game. He did. I think another standout for me for Chelsea was Disassi. Thought the amount of times Disassi shuts down a lot of our attacking threat. Brilliant work. Really, really good work. Disassi and Cole Palmer, standout performance for Chelsea tonight. Be up Fuzzmeister, be up Mama Flossie. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. You need to feed him some chocolate milk, Fuzzy. Mate, my chocolate milk to them would probably contain bleach. Trust me, their playing days in my Manchester United are very, very long gone. Bits to Wolfgang Division as well. Worst game football for a long time. Well, first and foremost, congratulations on the win. It's moved you up to 10th. No longer in a position that's double the number of our league position. But yeah, to be honest, I mean, too many aspects of that game that is just completely out of control, and a lack of discipline. The fact is, both of their midfields for the majority of that game were just non-existent. Really, really non-existent, and it's problems, really, really big problems. But our just a complete indiscipline at the end. Maybe if we go in 3-3, some people can say we deserve to win that game. Some days I would agree with that. Other days I think maybe it's a little closer to justified. Losing that game we absolutely deserved. We deserved that right at the very end. For what we did with managing that game it wasn't acceptable. So could have gone either way. Poor football. Well, for most of the game, yeah. Game management was terrible. Yeah. I think with I'd probably put it down to moments, Wolf. I think again it's moments of brilliance. There's no real tactical mastery behind seeing how these goals were scored this game. I think it's literally just teams break away, exploit the space and make good on your chance. There was no element of that game where it's like you witnessed a team break down the opposition with good play. There wasn't really good team play, just brilliance in the moment. And that's kind of the way that the game's gone for pretty much most of the game. Maybe Bruno's goal, you could say, because the switch of the play, occupying the space or making the space, and then again placing the delivery into the danger areas and having the players meet the end of the cross. So maybe in that sense, but after that, outside of that, really, really terrible. But guys, make sure to go drop Warfare Division a subscription as well. Big ups to the mandem there, and yeah, enjoy your win. Enjoy your win. We've got Liverpool up next, so that's another loss. And picking up the Wolf. You got the Wolf star. Cold Bumfluff 22. The Tinder Ninja. The apples of my eye. It is poor. The ref had a poor game, but no excuse for the mistakes we made. To be fair, that is, that I thought the referee was really passive. Really, really passive that game. Too many fouls that were fouls were given. Too many fouls that were fouls were not given. I think just really, really passive performance from the referee. And I think Diogo Dalot, as an example, should have had several yellow cards that game with how many times he was fouling Cole Palmer. But it never came to fruition. Never brandished the yellow card for anybody. Booked 2 Chelsea players in the first half, but that was pretty much it. But yeah, big ups to Cole Bumfluff 22, which is also my name at the moment. Fluff up Tinder Ninja. Anthony, a spanner. Yeah. To be honest, Mother Flossie, most people have got the spanner in my chat. Pretty much everybody's a mod. I'll tell you what, so many people in my chat are modded. So many people in my chat are modded. I swear people come in and feel hard done by. They'll feel hard done by. It's like, well, why am I not modded? Where's my moderation? Where's my spanner? Where's my tool? I'm the king of tools. I want my tool. My YouTube tool. But anyways. But guys, what do we say? Some of the substitutions as well, by the way, from Erik ten Hag, I've got to say. Some of those subs weren't it. Some of those subs were not it, man. So some of those players that you brought on, I mean, Mason Mount, I'd say is a reasonable substitution. That would have been for Bruno. Seriously, that would have been for Bruno. I would have taken Bruno off and put Mount on. Højlund stays on. Garnacho stays on. Yeah. Those 2 guys stay on. Here's somebody else that could have and probably should have come on. Amad Diallo. Where was Amad? Could have subbed Anthony off or Garnacho off and put Amad Diallo on. Rashford, was dropped for a really good reason. He came on and justified why he was on the bench. But it would have been even better justification if he had stayed on the bench. There's no reason to sub him on because he offered absolutely, outside of a pass to Anthony to set up for the 3rd goal, he offered nothing. Literally nothing. I took the piss out of him for running after the ball once when the goalkeeper had it. I made a joke on Yeti's stream. It's the most amount of work rate I've ever seen in my life from Marcus Rashford. This is the fastest I've ever seen him run. It's when Rashford's got a point to prove after a PR statement. Does everybody feel like Rashford's just doing this to send a message? The guy's not serious. He just isn't serious. And yet again, he doesn't have profound impact. He doesn't give for Manchester United in this game. Seriously, when we needed him to play with a senior head on his shoulders and to actually use his ability for good, it didn't happen. It didn't happen. So again, we ask, why was he subbed on when he had to be quite frankly honest, a more in-form winger in Amad Diallo on the bench. People forget he scored the winner against Liverpool. Why not? Why not give him a run out again? Top 5 is pretty much out the question. If anything, we're trying to hold on to top 6. We're trying to hold on to European football full stop. To me, it just doesn't really make any sense. Anthony is a spanner. Completely agree. Fuzzy question, we got you in game 37. Thoughts on that game? Yeah, you'll probably win the league with that game. You'll probably end up celebrating with the Premier League trophy just to cap off one of the worst seasons in United's history. Bigger Paul in the chat on a PS or private stream. Is that private? I think it's private stream. So not to be ignorant. That's all good, man. That's all good. We say jump. Got all the sets of spanners. It's officially official. Yeti is not being ignorant. Rashford is a spanner. Can't disagree with that. It gives to receive, and even then he'd rather just receive. Well, I mean, with Rashford, God forbid that someone questions him. Not even Gary Neville and Rio Ferdinand are safe anymore. Man's got family coming out to defend him. Bloodline settings, like The Rock coming back to meddle in Roman Reigns' business because someone's talking smack. So it literally makes no sense. Why? Who are these people? Where are they coming from? Why are they here? Stop enabling people's failure. Seriously, you surround yourself. Yeah, if you want to be a golden statue, right? Surround yourself with a load of polishers, because they'll keep you extra squeaky clean. But when you want to be a real grafter, those polishers, they don't stick around. Those polishers turn into honest people. Yeah. They don't turn into people that lie to themselves, but most importantly, lie to you so that you can keep a smile on your face when you know you've disappointed that many people. And it's a trend. Garnacho was okay tonight. Yeah, he's okay. A few hairy moments, but that's just Garnacho's inconsistencies. But got 2 goals tonight, so for me, he probably takes the man of the match performance. Got Kobbie Mainoo, who's a bit hit and miss, a bit wasteful with some of his passes, but critical in various elements where we needed him. Kambwala, when he came on, it's not ideal. Like Varane again, subbed off at halftime with an injury. Johnny Evans, who's just come back from injury, comes on 20 minutes, gets injured, comes off. Seriously, it's messed up. It's really messed up, and the injury crisis only gets worse. Only gets worse. So Kambwala, when he came on, fair play to him, did fairly decent. It was no nonsense. Harry Maguire as well. I mean, Harry Maguire shouldn't be at Manchester United at the moment. He shouldn't. He really, really shouldn't. But he's here, and he did okay. He stepped up in various instances where he needed to, and he was responsible for a lot of the outball from the back. The long range passing. Most of it went through him. Some found its mark, others didn't. Can't say it was a special performance. It was just it was all right. That's it. Come on, like it. Maybe he went to his head. Yeah. Sight of the time when he literally turned into a politician and put football, his sole profession, on the back burner. Anybody remember that? Nancy made a good pass. He did, but he also conceded a penalty. Likewise with this. I mean, this goes to Mainu. Some bad passes, because it did lead to the first goal. United game over, 100%. It's messed up almost as much as our parting. Mate, my parting is fucked, my hairline's fucked, everything on my head is pretty much fucked. Much like Manchester United at the moment. Maybe if United actually get good, my hairline actually goes back. Maybe my hair stops thinning, actually starts coming back. That'd be great. Could look like a proper Prince Charming again. I remember his ex-profession. He used to be a footballer. Yeah, surprisingly, this guy broke onto the scene as a really special talent, but fame went to his head. Now the guy can't stay out of politics. And his career as a footballer is all political now. Look at the statement that his brother puts out off the back of criticism. I'll tell you what, no offense to Rashford family, y'all aren't cut out to have your son playing football. Y'all aren't cut out to have your family member in the game. I extend the same thing to the Maguire family. Y'all ain't cut out to be in the game, because when you put yourself in the spotlight, the heat is gonna come for you. The one thing you don't do is start going out and fighting their battles. Support them at home, from home. Yeah? When they're in their safe space, focus on being your loving family member there. Don't start talking out in public and burning on people. Don't start doing that, because you lose credibility, and the person you represent, their credibility, they go down in everyone's estimations as well. Seriously, you actually do more harm than good, and don't forget that. You literally do more harm than good when you come out and start talking publicly. Just don't do it. Really, really, just don't do it. That girl he's dating, is she a distraction? Pretty sure that somebody else had that sort of situation. I think it's Alexis Sanchez, where somebody put out a journalism piece about Alexis Sanchez was dropping performances. His performances were being impacted because he's having too much sex with his girlfriend or something. It's like, what? Just out of nowhere. Don't worry about the hair fuzzy. You still got that voice, yeah. The voice for radio. BS to Arsenal Manic. Good to see you, man. But yeah, guys, that pretty much wraps up match reaction. If you like to leave your thoughts and your feelings in the comment section below, if you're watching on playback, make sure you also hit the like and subscribe and all that good stuff. It will mean the world to me. Quick turnaround. We've got Liverpool coming up, so probably a match preview some point tomorrow for that game, and then the match reaction following on the Sunday, as well as then potentially the Sunday night takeaway show. Mr. B was fuming tonight. He said, "This team and dropped 32 swear words tonight. The swear jar was full." I know. I wasn't effing and blinding, surprisingly. I wasn't effing and blinding. I was just gutted, because I think about me as a fan. I think, me as a fan, I don't deserve this. I don't deserve this. As a supporter of a football club, and you get put through that. Just don't deserve it. Don't deserve it. Some United fans do, but for the most part, getting put through that every week, no thank you. But anyways, big ups to everybody in the chat. Thank you very much for tuning in. It's been a pleasure ranting at you. If it was considered rant, it's probably just a depression piece. But yeah, big ups to everybody, and we'll most likely see you again tomorrow for a preview of sorts against Liverpool. Quick turnaround and all, and yeah, not looking too good. It's going to be a struggle sleeping on this, I tell you. Anyways, guys, thank you very much for watching. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday nights, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Take care. Goodbye. And yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. God bless.